Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's that time of week again. It's Chris's Craft Challenge. If you're new here, welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me here today. Every Sunday I do a Chris's Craft Challenge, and I'm aware I've had quite a few new subscribers over the past couple of weeks. So Chris is my partner. We've been together for a long time, and as much as he isn't a crafter himself, he does fully support me in my crafting and everything that I do. So for 2024 we wanted to bring in a new challenge, and I've done a couple throughout 2023 which I really enjoyed, but the challenges were always me deciding what I was going to make. I chose the products, I chose the cards I wanted, and as much as it was a challenge, I just wanted to do something a little bit more. So I managed to sweet talk Chris into doing me a Chris's Craft Challenge. Every Sunday he comes into my office and he puts things from my craft room into this old gift box. I think it was Belinda who said about maybe redecorating this box and advertising it as Chris's Craft Challenge. I'm definitely going to do that. I think that's a really good idea. So at some point within the next couple of weeks this will look slightly different, but he puts things in here. Now his rules that I've given him is he can put in anything he wants. There are no rules for him. He can put in any papers, cardstock, embellishments, whatever's in my craft room he can put in here. Then each week he gives me a set of rules or a set of guidance so that I know roughly what he wants me to make. Some weeks he gives me nothing. Some weeks he says that he wants me to make a certain number of cards. It's entirely up to him. This week's craft challenge, I have no idea what's in here, but he did say he thinks it's a new kit and he wants me to make 3 cards. So let's just get it open and see what he's picked me for today's challenge. Put that down there. Ooh, yes, it is a new kit. Is it a new kit? It's a new, it is a new kit. I got it from the Hunky Dory, oh my goodness, the goodie boxes that they've just had. But I'm not sure if I haven't actually used this already for a card. I think I have. But that's okay. So he's given me the inserts as well, which I don't normally use, but I will use them. Always actually marked off the 3 cards he wants me to make as well, look. So he wants me to make this card here, this card here, and this one here. Oh my goodness. Right, let's try and work out what these are. I'll wipe that off. I think that one's going to be relatively easy. It does appear to be a bit of free cutting, which I did do on, I can't remember if it wasn't last week's craft challenge. He did it for, did I do a peacock? I think I did a peacock. So it'll be good practice. And then it looks like the topper and the frame took underneath it. Yeah, I think that one should be okay. I think I should be able to do that one. I just need to make sure I've got the toppers and things for that. I can't even tell how that one's been made. I have no idea how that one there's been made, if I'm perfectly honest. It looks like this front bit, does it stick out? Or have they cut the front away? I don't even know how that one's been made. We might have to make one up and just go for something similar with that one, because I can't work it out. I love having these inspiration sheets. I think they're absolutely fantastic, but I do wish they told us how they were made, because sometimes when you look at the pictures I can't tell what type of card it is. I can't tell with that one. I'm not sure if that is like the front cut away maybe and made into a skinny panel. I think that's how I'm going to make it. I don't know if that's right. I can't tell. If anybody knows, please let me know in the comments down below. And then this bottom one here. I think that's got acetate on it. I think that's been designed with acetate on it, because that's got a different colour there. So I think this is cut and that fussy cut, and then that is acetate. Can't tell where this topper sticks though. I think it sticks inside. Okay. Then I've got those. I might not actually use those. Certainly not for that one or that one, because I think those two have the front panels cut away. I can use it for that one because that looks like a standard card. So let's just have a go. We'll see how many we can make. He has asked for 3, but I am always very conscious of how long my videos run sometimes. So I try not to make them, I try to keep them within an hour. It'd be lovely if they were a lot less, but I like to show you the entire process. So I need that sheet of toppers for that card just there. So that's that topper set. I don't need that one. No, don't need that one. This kit is on the Mattastic. It's a beautiful kit. I'm not a huge horse fan, but even I have to admit it's a beautiful kit. And then this one uses that one. So those are the topper sheets that I need. And then when it comes to the card stock, I think it's a sheet of that one. Not that one. It's that one, isn't it? That's one of the ones I'm going to use. And that one, isn't it? Yeah, I think that's right. I think they're the sheets of cardstock I need for this. Right, that's that packed away. I'm going to pop that over here because I don't think I'm going to need anything else out of that. I'm going to keep this handy because I want to know I've got it close by. I think we might have a go at making this one first, you know, guys. So I need this sheet. And then I want this little topper in here. That one. And then it's this sentiment here. They have used some little gold rhinestones, which I think I've got. If not, I've certainly got other things that I can use in place of it. So we'll pop those there. It's not a very big topper, to be fair. It's going to fit in there. See, these guys tend to use quite big card blanks as well. I think I'm going to have to try and make this work on a 6x6 because that is the biggest card blank I've got. Which, actually, if I cut some more of the horse, I'll have to just cut some of the horse away. We'll have to make it work. I think they use a lot of like 7x7s and even 8x8s, and I just don't do cards that big personally. So, get my gun cord out. Okay, so let's try and work out what this has on it. So I'm essentially going to be cutting some of that there away, aren't I? But I need to sort this out first. So they have gold mirrored the entire way around, which might be a little bit more difficult for me to do, but let's just see. I'm going to pick out my cutter. There's my cutter. So these I think I normally end up being 5 3/4. They are, look, 5 3/4 by just over 5 3/4. I'm going to need it a quarter of an inch around them. So I'm going to be looking at a square of about 5.5 inches, which definitely isn't going to fit on my card blank, because that would be the 5.5 mark. That is the other 5.5, but that isn't going to leave enough room for this. You're hardly going to see it, are you? I mean, it's okay that we don't see all of it, I guess. So I'm going to just take a little bit off. I'm going to have to. And I'm going to cut this at the 5.5. Like so. Then I'm going to cut a tiny bit off the bottom as well. And bring this in at the 5.5. There we go. Now all I've done is I've just taken a tiny slither off of both pieces, just to give me a little bit more room. And now that isn't going to have as much hidden as it did a minute ago. So we've now got to try and fussy cut around this. Let me get my hunky-dory cutting board. Sequin stuck to me. And I need my knife. So I'm going to grab that one. And this is quite thick cardstock, so I'm going to also grab this cutting knife as well. It's not my favourite because it's one that spins and rotates, and just don't find it very nice to work with. Where's my metal ruler gone? I'm just going to pause the video. I can't find my metal ruler. Hold on. I can't find my metal ruler, which has annoyed me because I'm sure I put it back in my drawer. I think I'm going to have to get like a pen holder or even just a jar or something to put on my desk to put things that I use all the time, because I keep losing things like this and it's really starting to bug me. I only had it the other day, so I know it's somewhere in here, but I can't find it, which might make making these a little bit more difficult than I first anticipated. But I've got this cutter. I don't like it. It's not my favourite, but I think I'll be able to maybe work around just doing these straight bits, and then this bit I'm going to hand cut anyway. So let's just see. I really don't like these types of cutters. Pretty sure I've just sliced into that topper already. I'll lift it up. Right, that's that bit cut away. Turn it this way and do it the same way. Right, that has cut those. I'm not sure if I didn't catch the front of the topper, but you can't really see it, so I think we'll be okay. So that's that cut, and then I'm going to just fussy cut around this. I'm not going to go into all the like little bits where the hair is, I'm just going to come round like this. I'm going to come round on this one. There we go. I'm not going to literally go around every single one of these. It doesn't look like they did either. If we have a closer look at the picture, look, you can see where there's still all of this dark detail. So I'm just going to leave it at that. That still works. That should then fit on here with a little gold border around, which is going to be perfect. Then I need to work out how much I'm going to cut off from around here. So this is where a ruler would come in really handy right now. So I could roughly mark. I think I need to come in round about there to probably about there, and then probably round about there. Maybe, and then obviously straight across the top, aren't I? Oh dear me. Right about there maybe. I don't think I'm far off at that, to be fair. To round about there. Still need to do that bit down. That makes me those cuts there, look. Yeah, I think we're about right at that, aren't we? It's not perfect, far from it, but right, I'm totally winging this, guys, totally freehanding it. I hope my light's actually bright enough. I was trying to do this with daylight, but just looking, I don't know if that's any better. Maybe it's just my the way my phone's reflecting. So that's what we've got so far. So we've got this cutout part here, which looks okay. Certainly could look a lot worse than it does. In fact, actually, they haven't actually gone round that, have they? Look. that bit is just plain, the gold stops there, so I didn't need to do that bit. So let's get this back in because I've made a mistake already. It's okay. It's all part and parcel of learning, isn't it? So I'm actually going to come down and chop this entire piece away. Makes a lot more sense, makes it a lot more easy. There we go. That'll be okay, that's going to be hidden anyway. So that is now where we're sitting, so that's going to sit on there like so, with this tucked in here. Now I do need to do my acetate bit, which I have got acetate because I use it for my what do you call it? I use it for my, oh my goodness, my shaker cards. I use it for my shaker cards, so I'll roughly come up like so. I'm just going to try and square this off a little bit. So I've just squared that off ever so slightly. So that's going to stick there because I'm going to be better off to hide this, sticking this underneath the gold and this, than I am sticking it on the inside, because then you're going to see all of this and we don't want to see that. I'm going to have to pop that more, unless I just cut a notch out actually. So I need to score it off at and I'm working on centimetres here, aren't I? Tell you what, let me flip this. This rate, this will be the only card I make. What are we up to already? I want to score this at about the ½ inch mark. So let me bring in this. That'll just help me put in my crease. There we go. Because that will attach up there on the inside of that. Again, with the same idea being that that will then allow me to cover that bit there. I just want to take a little slither off here. What do we think? How do we think we're looking so far? That's going to be okay, isn't it? I need to work out how I'm going to put my gold down and then cut up. I suppose I could do it in strips though, couldn't I really? Stick that one on there and then stick another one there. You're not going to see it joining, so that's okay. Let's not think about that right now. Let's get my double-sided tape. In fact, this is acetate, isn't it? I'm thinking out loud, but I think because I'm working with acetate, I might actually be better off working, certainly on these sections, with my red high-tack tape. So I don't want this acetate to come away from my card blank. Can't tear that one. These Chris's craft challenges are getting harder every week, guys. Right. So that will then stick that to that part there. Then I need a strip of this down here. Apologies, it sounds like there's a dog having great fun outside somewhere. So strip of that one along there. Then I'm going to pop 2 along the bottom because I've got the room for 2. So I want to make sure this is really, really stuck down. One, 2. Put that to one side because I'm going to need that again when we stick the other piece on. Okay. These are so staticky. Let me get a piece of tumble dry sheets. Are my best friends when it comes to these. They're really staticky, and although I'm not putting any sequins or anything in, like, there's just bits sticking to it. So I have got an anti-static sheet, as static bag as well, but I don't find it does as well as these do. So we'll give this a rub before I take the backing off my tape. There we go. So I will have to make sure that this is lined up and in the right place. I'm just gonna, I might just do it in my cut, it might just be easy. I'm just gonna take ever so slightly, like a slither more off this. Like there's still some of that bend, and I don't want it. No, I still need to come across a tiny bit more. Let's try now. That feels a little bit better. Move that out of the way. So this should stick like so in there. Let's just go for it, shall we? Take off one and two. Is that bit stuck down? No going back now, that's it. Some of that like so. The side stuck. Right. So we've got the acetate piece in. I'm very much aware that this video is going to be on for ages, so I think we're going to just stick to maybe just this one, and I'll do the others on a separate video maybe. So that is that bit. Now we need the gold mirror to go down the edging. Let me grab some of my gold mirror. Might only need one sheet, but if I've got it, then I've got it. I'm going to just patch this. So I'm going to pop this onto there and then trim that off. And then I'm going to do another strip that just goes down there. I think that's the easiest way for me to work this. Because the thought of trying to cut into the gold cardstock and make it fit perfectly is just, I think it's going to happen. And it's going to be hidden by the top coat anyway, the top piece of cardstock, for the most part. No, it will be, won't it? No, it's not, is it? There is going to be a join, isn't there? Thinking it was going to be covered, but it's not, is it? Don't think I've got any big sheets of gold. If I use two pieces there and there, because my top piece is smaller, it's going to give me a join along one of these edges. And it doesn't matter how I do it, there's going to be a join somewhere if I use these smaller sheets. And I don't think I've got any big sheets of gold mirror. Oh, I have got a piece of big gold mirror, but it's been able to cut that exact amount of frame out, isn't it? I cut a square 2 by 1 3/4 out. I don't like this challenge. So my card blank, let's go for just a little bit over to give me enough room. I can always trim it. I can always trim it. Right. So if that was to fit, it would just sit like so. Okay. So then I need to cut a square out that's going to leave me with a 2-inch and a 1 3/4. So I need a 2-inch. This is the thing that my things don't come down. Let's see. I think that'll be okay. I can then trim off any excess there and there, can't I? Right. Oh my goodness. I think I might have fixed it. This is so stressful. This is definitely going to be the only card I make on this video, guys. This is taking me forever. So apologies for anybody wanting to see the others. I will do them as separate videos over the next week or so and use them and make them, because I feel really disappointed, but some of these cards do just take a hell of a lot longer than others. And this has so many moving parts, and I'm trying to make up the measurements as I go along. It's just proving to be quite difficult this time. So I might have to let Chris know not to maybe set such hard or so many. Maybe we just need to make like one card when doing something quite as difficult as this. So my main focus is on this bit here. So I need to make sure that's right, yeah? Honestly, guys, honestly. it's all stuck to me. Right. So we've now got to that bit. I do just need to trim some of this off. That's what I don't like about the red tape. This is so like staticky. Right. Trim off the gold. There we go. Right. Where's the bit I cut? This is the bit we cut. So then this bit is now going to attach on here like so. And again, I'm going to stick to my red tape, but I am going to use a wider one. I've got this. This is one I picked up from Amazon. So I'm going to use this, and we're going to attach this to that piece. And again, I'm using this high-tack tape because part of this is going to stick on this acetate, and I really don't want it to fall off. This is so time consuming. There's like no curve or flexibility with this tape, unless you take the backing off first, and it's already really sticky. Right. Come on. It'd be a lot quicker if this was easier to peel off. Anybody else find it like just sticks to themselves and everything else? Doesn't matter how much like anti-static I try on like my fingers and stuff. This stuff is just awful. Awful. Right. Tough. So, last piece. I'm going to stand my card up just to try and make this a little bit easier. Make sure it's the right way. And then I'm going to try and line this up everywhere. Right. That is our front. Right. So I'm going to have to use the same gold as I used on the outside, because otherwise you will be able to tell. So let's fold that over slightly. And that will just fit. Look at that. That's going to just fit inside of there. So I'm afraid we're back to the red tape, because again I'm sticking this onto acetate, which I just don't think my normal adhesives will stick to. We really don't want this to fall off, so put that onto there. Take the backing off. Take my gold and line it up. There we go. That's all staying nice and stuck. Trim this off. There we go. Move out the way. So we've now got it to this stage, and then I'm hoping this is going to be big enough to make a panel for the inside. So the cards were 5 3/4. So if I do it 5 1/2, so oh, 5 1/2 again this way. That. And then this is then going to stick in this direction. I'm going to grab my ATG, it's so much quicker, and to be fair, I can't get it. This is just going on this mirror. There's no acetate for this piece to stick to, so this will be strong enough for that. Put this in here like so. And then we have our gorgeous topper underneath all of this chaos. Now this is going to be the fun part, is trying to stick that in the right spot, isn't it? Which I think is about there. So when that closes, that looks like so. And then we have the gorgeous sentiment, and I'm just going to put a little bit of foam tape on this to give it a little bit of dimension. Put that down here. Sent with love. And then they did have some gold rhinestones, which I've also got. Yes, I thought I did have. So I think I'm going to just go for 3 of the little ones. I think they probably use those medium ones actually, but I'm going to use 3 of the little ones. And I always attach these with a little dab of glue as well, just on the back, to make sure that I know that they are stuck. So 1, 2, and 3. I am going to finish at that. I'm really disappointed that I have only managed to make 1 card, but I am very, very conscious that we are already at like an hour, and I don't like to make my videos too long. I mean, let me know in the comments down below. I always try and keep them no more than an hour, but would it bother you if anything was longer? Would you actually watch it, or would you get partway through and stop? Looking at my video retention rates, most people seem to stop, even if it's like making multiple cards, at around the like 20-30 minute mark. I don't seem to get much after that, so I already am conscious that my videos appear to be too long for people. And it has just taken me an hour to make 1 card. I mean, it was a really good challenge. It's a beautiful card. I do really like it. I'm disappointed I couldn't get the others, but I'm just not gonna even try to be honest. I've just totally run out of time. I will try and get those other cards made though. I will try and make them in separate videos elsewhere. It's a beautiful card. Have I passed Chris's craft challenge this week? No, I don't think I have. I think this is probably one of the first weeks where I feel like I've failed, more because I haven't been able to make the other 2. But I think we did pretty well with that one. It's a fairly close match. I think that as an individual card is a pass. I might need to just say to Chris that maybe we do a few less cards if we're trying to make something as fancy as this. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you have enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching this. If you haven't already, please do hit that subscribe button. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day and a wonderful rest of your week. Bye for now.